the wheels good. Where do you want that? Tilt this forward. Push the lever here, the yellow lever.
Yep.
Gets that out the road so that when I lift the bonnet passes here. Then take the floor out. Like that. What we're going to do is take off the front panel. Off. Okay. So once the screws are on, down, pull that out to the side so you don't scratch this.
Yep.
And up and out of the road. Next I take this panel off by pressing these little and you push the little buttons in and they come out. I'll find some more for that. Okay. See the wheels good. Where do you want that? That's a plug that is used if the truck has a 2-speed speed limiter on it. They have a switch on the dash here which says high speed and low speed.
Oh, yes.
And they use that, and the driver's supposed to toggle it depending on what speed he wants. The reason we use this, there's a 12-volt supply there for us to get a very convenient 12-volt supply. If you don't want to take it off of here, you've got to find your 12 volts somewhere else. So now we've got all that off.
Is that on all the time, or is that turned ignition?
Ignition only. Because we want a 12-volt supply, so when you turn the key on, you're getting 12 volts. There. Okay. So now we're ready to actually put the gear in. Yeah. All we do to connect it is we put their factory plug into our plug. So that presses into there like that. And then that one goes back up.
Okay. Good.
You've got to putting that in. This then just sits in under there, like that. Okay. This one behind here and up onto there. So we then just connect the two of those together. And that gives us our power. Now you can't use this plug if it's got the 2-speed speed limiter on it, because the plug's already occupied. That's when you've got to find an ignition source, probably at the key or something, where you turn the key on. So that's giving us our 12-volt supply.
That's your ignition source, and that's what you use if you cannot get a separate supply of current from that switch over there. So you have to go to the ignition switch, which is the white switch here. So with your multimeter, you test one of those wires and you get a constant 12 volt.
When the key's on.
When the key's on. Thank you.
Okay. Then this is the wire to the sensor, which we drop down here. Just pass it behind all the levers to keep everything neat.
So
There's a sensor in the gearbox already. That's the sensor to detect the speed. So that's the sensor we come off to detect whether it's going forwards or backwards. It's already on the truck. And there's a plug here. Pull it off of that little grey supporting bracket. These are quite hard to get apart. So I generally... Okay.
So there you are, a new method of removing the
So
plug.
all we do is pass our wiring loom down the back. Then on our loom we push our half, which is which way? That way. Our bit goes into there, like that, and the other bit,
That's from the truck.
yeah. So all we've done is tee into their sensor.
Truck plug,
Yeah.
that is
Our
Ozweigh plug.
Yeah.
Ozweigh plug,
Truck plug.
truck plug.
Yeah, so we're just breaking the plug apart and teeing into it.
Yep, cool.
And that's it.
We've done it.
Yeah, and then we just
And you put the
then you
handles
just
on in reverse.
you just cable tie this to make it look neat.
Yeah. Normally the truck would be juddering. Very smart.
Reduces tyre wear, reduces brake wear. Tyres are $700.